Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play. This time around, it is Operation C for the Game Boy. This is the third game in the Contra series, coming after Contra in Super C, released in the arcades as Contra and Super Contra before being released on the NES and a ton of other platforms. And this is the very first handheld entry in the Contra series. It borrows heavily from Super C, but it is scaled down a little bit, being a Game Boy game from 1991. It's a rather short game too, and it's not the hardest game in the world, but it's not the easiest one either. Basically, you're trying to save the world from this unknown enemy organization, which does have a name in the Japanese version, but I can't remember off the top of my head what it was. And you have to stop this terrorist organization from using this alien cell to take over the world. There are 5 areas in all. As I said, it was pretty short, and we won't be seeing any gameplay or hearing any noises unless we push start key, which is what the game wants us to do. So, here we are, Area 1. B lets you fire, A lets you jump, control pad lets you duck, walk around, and aim, just like in the NES games, as well as Arcade Original and all the other ports. By holding down B, you have rapid fire, so the rapid fire and the machine gun are both out. You only have a few power-ups in this game. One of them is the spread gun, which is signified by the letter S. You shoot the little cylinders that fly from one side to the other. To get the power-ups, the spread is signified by the letter S. There's the cylinder, there's the letter S. This is the only one you can upgrade. When you pick it up the first time, you get a 3-way shot. And if you pick it up again, you get a slightly faster 5-way shot. Right now, we've seen these wall turrets that you have to duck as you shoot. You have those guys running at you, trying to stab you with their knives. And of course, you have the snipers that we saw a few times, which I was very much able to take out with my rapid fire before I got the spread gun. And by standing in the middle of this second column on the elevator, you can take out all 4 of the robotic enemies that come down from the top of the screen before they stop to fire at you. They're not altogether menacing, but they're very easy to take down. Once the elevator stops moving, you want to put yourself in the center of the screen to pretty much recenter the camera there. And then you can get the homing gun, which is signified by the letter H. And there's the fireball, or the fire gun, which is signified by the letter F. And that's all the power-ups in the game. Also, there are 2 of those boats in this section, and you can easily take them down with either the spread gun or the homing missile, but the homing missile makes it a lot faster. And here you want to be careful. Try not to get the spread gun if you don't want it, and also make sure you don't run into the guys that are running from the right side of the screen as you try to make your way over here. We've got some more wall turrets. We got another one of those turrets that moves on that little metal path there. That's like the second one we only see in the entire stage. Barely made that jump. Thought I was gonna miss it. And here's the first boss. It's this ship with a bunch of missile silos. You can easily take it out with the homing gun. As a matter of fact, you can take it out in record time with the homing gun. Especially the missile silos, because that way you don't have to worry about avoiding any missiles. And it is possible to defeat this thing in mere seconds and just take out all the missile silos as soon as they pop up, if you have the homing gun. I just had to move around a little bit, that's all. It is possible to destroy this thing with the spread gun, or with the normal shot in case you've died at any point, but homing gun makes it a lot easier. Plus, you won't have to deal with those guys coming in from the right side of the screen ever again. Area 2 is a top-down stage, something we've also been used to in NES, Contra, and Super C. as well as the arcade games and all the other ports, of course. You got all these guys coming in from random points in the stage. And I believe you do get extra lives. The first one is at 20,000 points, and I believe you get one at every 50,000 after that. That power-up that we just missed is a spread gun in case you need one. I don't need one. And to take out this tank, all you have to do is just stay at the bottom of the screen, avoid the three-way shot projectiles, and just aim the cannons whenever you can. If you have the homing gun pretty much does all the work. You just have to worry about dodging projectiles. And here's another thing that we're going to be shooting down, which we'll be approaching shortly. It will show up from the bottom of the screen there. There's a fire gun. I don't necessarily want it. If you don't want to power up, you can wait for it to disappear, which is what I'm going to do here. As I take out all those guys as they keep on spawning. Now, if you don't have the homing gun, you will be doing a lot of moving around to take out the two guns with their two-way shots, as well as the little cannon in the center there that just shoots those little mortar rounds that explode near the center. But you do definitely want to stay near the door as a rule if you don't have the homing gun. That way, you can easily take everything out. I believe that was either a spread gun or a fire gun. Can't remember off the top of my head. But we're now approaching conveyor belts that push you back. There are 3 of these robots that shoot only in diagonal directions, and after you take out the second one, if you need a homing gun, you can get it here. Just let it come your way before you shoot it. Once you shoot down all the robots, the conveyor belts will stop pushing you back, and you are free to move forward at normal speed. Taking out a few of these guys as I see them, so that way I can get some points and they won't give me a whole lot of trouble. And now we're facing another tank, but this time we're at the top of the screen. This one is just like the first tank battle, you just stay at the top instead of the bottom, and just try not to get shot like an idiot. This one is even faster than the first one if you have the homing gun. If you don't have it, just stick to the one on the right first, and then take out the one on the left afterwards. Try not to get hit by these turrets. You see them a few times in the stages, that just like the turrets that you've seen in other Contra stages, in the Contra and Super Street, those 2 turrets, or all the turrets in this stage, fire in 8 directions. Also, open the country. Stop having it be closed. Yes, you do get to destroy a door. And now it's time for the second boss. For this one, you want to stay on the lower right-hand corner at the very start and take out the cannons. Again, try not to get shot. And try not to get hit by the thing in the center. It shoots out 4 energy waves before it closes again. When it closes, you are free to move to the other side. Like so. You have to take out the turrets first in order to hit the energy waves shooter in the center of the tank. But once you destroy the turrets, the center part is easy. I cannot speak to save my life. If you don't have the homing shot, you will have to aim diagonally at and get a little closer, but I have the homing gun. Because this game is basically find a homing gun, keep it, don't die, win. That's basically it. And Area 3 starts out much like Area 1. You have guys on platforms sniping at you. You have these guys running at you from the left and the right. And you also have these turrets that come in from these panels in the ground. And you want to stay close in case you don't have the homing gun. Because at this point, you'll have guys coming at you while you're shooting at the turrets. And the closer you can get to these things without the homing gun, the easier it is to avoid the shot by ducking, standing up, shooting the guys that are coming at you from behind, shooting the robot before it can go back into the ground, and then facing backwards in case any more guys show up. And some more 8-way turrets here, as well as some more snipers. You want to be careful here because at this point the screen scrolls vertically, and if you go touch the bottom of the screen, you will die. just like in the NES Contra games. Because what else was there before this one? Also, position yourself so you don't get shot like an idiot by either the snipers or the turrets. And be careful when aiming at things so that way you don't die. And you want to be careful on the platforms too. It's a good thing I jumped there, because that way I can take care of the sniper there. That was harder than I actually made it look. You want to be very careful on the vertical sections, because you never know when you might position yourself in a very dumb way. And I almost messed it up there. You do not have health in this game. One hit, you're dead. Just like in a lot of the early Contra titles. Well, these are the early Contra titles. This is an early Contra title. What do you expect? And there's another spread shot. I don't want it. So I'm just going to keep firing at the left side of the screen because guys are going to come at me. And I want the points. There we go. There will be some more rocks, just like we saw earlier. No, wait. I'm a little too far ahead of myself there. We got the mini-boss now. This thing will open up. It will send these little robots that travel the ground in an attempt to destroy you. You will have to do some aiming if you don't have the homing gun, but if you do have the homing gun, this is not difficult at all. And now we're going to be in the water here. If you see the rocks, get away as fast as you can. Try not to get crushed because, again, one hit, you're dead. It's a good thing I stayed at the far left there because guys coming at me. And now we're approaching this waterfall. There will be guys shooting at you, shooting to the left from the waterfall. It's a good thing I moved out of the way there because I almost forgot about that turret. And there's another guy in the waterfall. And there's two more turrets. Don't go too far ahead. Just look around and wait. There is a fire gun. I am going to sit here and wait for it to disappear as I drink my tea, so I don't mess this up. Because the first vertical section is the last time you can get a homing gun. After this, you can't pick it up again. Yes! Okay! Had to be quiet there because I hate that waterfall. It is possible to, like, not jump and accidentally miss it. Needed to remind myself to not be under this thing as I shoot at these guns. And I want to be under here where this gun was. And I want to jump out of the way of these rings when at all possible. You want to take out the guns on the sides of the tank first as you take this thing on. And wow, I managed to get rid of that thing very quickly. You will be doing a lot of moving and aiming if you don't have the homing gun. And if you take too long, the thing that flies around will be in the center of the tank. And you will want to stand where the guns were. Hopefully you've taken them out first. And let the tank move around before the thing in the center moves back into the air again. And then you can just take it on and again and shoot at it and do whatever damage left that you need to do. But that is the first 3 areas of Operation C done. I made that look a lot easier than it was. As a matter of fact, this was my 3rd take because I died in very embarrassing ways. And they were all on Area 3. Who'd have thunk it? Join me next time where I take on Areas 4 and 5. This is going to be a two-parter. I might throw a long play in if I feel like it. So until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!